The scripture comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 11. For I received from the Lord what I also handed on to you, that the Lord Jesus, on the night when he was betrayed, took a loaf of bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and said, "This is my body that is for you. Do this in remembrance of me." In the same way, he took the cup also after supper, saying, "This cup is the new covenant in my blood. Do this as often as you drink it, in remembrance of me. For as often as you eat this bread and drink the cup, you proclaim the Lord's death until he comes." The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
Sometimes the devil tries to get his way. Not tonight. The Holy Gospel according to John.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Now, before the festival of the Passover, Jesus knew that his hour had come to depart from this world and go to the Father. Having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. The devil had already put it into the heart of Judas, son of Simon Iscariot, to betray him. And during supper, Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands and that he had come from God and was going to God, got up from the table, took off his outer robe, and tied a towel around himself. Then he poured water into the basin and began to wash the disciples' feet and to wipe them with the towel that was tied around him. He came to Simon Peter, who said to him, "Lord, are you going to wash my feet?" Jesus answered, "You do not know what I am doing, but later you will understand." Peter said to him, "You will never wash my feet." Jesus answered, "Unless I wash you, you have no share with me." Simon Peter said to him, "Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head." Jesus said to him, "One who has bathed does not need to wash, except for the feet, but is entirely clean, and you are clean, though not all of you." For he knew who was to betray him. For this reason he said, "Not all of you are clean." After he had washed their feet, had put on his robe, and had returned to the table, he said to them, "Do you know what I have done to you? You call me teacher and Lord, and you are right, for that is what I am. So, if I am your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. For I have set you an example, that you also should do as I have done to you. Very truly I tell you, servants are not greater than their masters, nor are the messengers greater than the one who sent them. If you know these things, you are blessed if you do them. Now the Son of Man has been glorified, and God has been glorified in him. If God has been glorified in him, God will also glorify him in himself and will glorify him at once. Little children, I am with you only a little longer. You will look for me, and as I said to the Jews, so now I say to you, where I am going, you cannot come. I give you a new commandment, that you love one another just as I have loved you. You also should love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you have love for one another." The Gospel of our Lord.
Praise to you, O Christ.
Please be seated. Sorry, had to get refreshed there for a moment. You see that picture? All the disciples gathered around the table with Jesus. It's a good thing they made a big enough table so they could all sit on that one side, right? We have an 8-foot table at home. We always call that our Jesus table, because that's the one that we can have so many people around. The people are gathered at the table. The people are gathered there for a meal, for a celebration of the Passover. You can almost just hear them talking, laughing, passing the dishes, having a good time, conversing with one another. Big party. Things are happening. And Jesus is there. This is a celebration for us tonight also. We celebrate communion tonight. We celebrate the beginning of 3 days that we wait for a time when Jesus will be dead on a cross, but we also wait for that resurrection. And it starts tonight. They gathered. They had things in common. They didn't all get along. We gather. We have things in common. We don't always get along. We are unique. They are unique. And Jesus, that night, he knows that someone's going to betray him. Not just someone, he knows who it is. When I did the Living Last Supper, I played John the Less. And one of the last lines is, and Jesus tells us one of us is going to betray him. And I turn and look at Jesus and say, is it I? Is it I? Nobody knows who it is except Jesus. They all wonder because we all have issues, don't we? We all do things that we shouldn't do. But Jesus knows who it is. And he is there waiting and loving. Washes the feet of all the disciples, even the one that's going to betray him with that kiss. He lowers himself to elevate each of them, to elevate us. He gives of himself. He is Jesus the Christ. Christ means king. He is the king. How many kings do you see washing the feet of their people inside in their assembly? All those people that take and serve the king. How many times have you ever heard of a king taking care of them this way? This is what Jesus does for each of us. He humbles himself. And that night, he knew who was going to betray him. But he also knew who was going to deny him. Because Peter later denies him. He knows all these things are going to happen. And he also knows James and John's, plural, us. He knows us. He knows the Judases among his faithful. His faithful? The Judases. Because we all have times that we do things. He knows who we are. And he loves us anyhow. He gives of himself. He sits there and has a meal, sharing, loving. And when he has that meal, he fully gives of himself. When he takes the bread and says, "This is my body." The Christ is saying, the King is saying, "This is my body given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." And he breaks that bread and he serves not just some, but all. Even Judas receives the meal. They commune together. We commune together. But not only do we commune together, we commune together with all those that have gone in the past and all those around the world. We gather as Christians. This is a big deal, this beginning of 3-day festival. We gather with all to be in communion with each other. We may not know them, and we may not even sometimes like them. But this is the time where Jesus says, come together. This is my body, given for you. And sometimes it's hard to imagine that it might be that person sitting next to you that you had an argument with. But Jesus gives the body to everyone. And then he says, this is the cup of the new covenant shed in my blood for the sake of all people. Not some, but all people. For the forgiveness of sins of all people. And do this also in remembrance of me. So when we come to communion, it is a special time. Foot washing can take many forms. When we come in communion and we're asking for forgiveness, in its own sense, it is foot washing. That's what Maundy means, washing of the poor's feet. Taking care of the least, the last, the lost. Taking care of broken relationships that we have. Putting things aside. Making amends in the name of Jesus who gives himself. In the name of the Christ who gives his body and his blood, that we come and do feet washing. Now, we're not going to actually wash feet here tonight. But think about that as we take this communion. Who do I have? Who do you have? Who do we have relationships that need mending? This is the time to start, especially on Maundy Thursday. This is the time that Jesus says, I am going to provide my body and blood for forgiveness of all people. Even the person that you don't like. Even the person I don't like. Even the person I just had an argument with. The broken relationships are available to be mended now. Because Jesus inserts himself. So when we gather together in common for communion from the Christ, contemplate what foot washing needs to be done. Where do we go from here tonight? This is the beginning of a service, and we'll take it up again tomorrow. So you'll have an opportunity to think about that through tomorrow and through Stations of the Cross that we'll have here tomorrow. What a good place to go to the stations and contemplate what the Christ has done for each of us and what foot washing we can do that he started for us.